As part of the community outreach around the kill switch, Mozilla staff surveyed the Mastodon community, asking whether translation features in Firefox ought to be affected by the kill switch. Mozilla staff said that the on-device translation models shipped in Firefox were trained on open data, and 49% of voters responded that Firefox should allow users to re-enable translations even if other AI features were disabled. It's easy to understand the rationale here. If you know about how the big tech AI models are made, you know that they are built on large-scale piracy. Big tech companies have gone out and copied as much content as they can get their hands on, legally or illegally, and it's mostly illegally. By saying that the translation models are trained on open data, Mozilla is in effect saying that this is good AI, not the AI that is built on piracy. In just one recent example, Claude owner Anthropic recently agreed to pay $1.5 billion to settle a lawsuit over their piracy of books. Incidentally, Anthropic is also one of the vendors featured in Firefox's AI chatbot feature. To Mozilla fans and staff, the concerns are real and known, so Mozilla is taking people's concerns seriously when they engage in both the kill switch and in conversations about the ethics of LLM piracy. Right? That would be accurate if it were true that Mozilla's translation models were trained on open data. Given how Mozilla has been talking up open source AI, it would make sense if Mozilla was practicing what it preached.
The amount of value we can create can be breathtaking. And that's a future we can choose, one where we do own what we build, where open source AI becomes the default. But it is not inevitable. We need to choose it. And there's two choices we need to make. One is choose open source AI when you're building things, if you're a developer. Invest in companies that are building on open source AI or that are building part of this open source AI stack if you're an investor. And as I said a moment ago, if you're a government, get real about tech sovereignty. You can only do it if you have open source underneath. And if you want it in AI, it means open source AI. And then there's one other choice we all need to make. And that is really to band together if we want this future. And the thing I would just say to all of you, if you want this future, join us. Thanks very much.
After all, Mozilla is the same company that garnered community contributions for Common Voice. Common Voice is an open source data set of speech data of over 130 languages, all contributed by members of the community, including myself. That data is available to download on Mozilla's Data Collective. Given that history, I first looked at Mozilla's Data Collective to find the open data that Mozilla staff was referring to. I wasn't able to find it, so I looked closer at the public docs for translations. Mozilla states that they use OPUS as their main resource for translation datasets. A quick look at the OPUS corpora reveals that most of the datasets are not permissively licensed. Instead, they are scraped from copyrighted web sources, exactly like the big tech companies. Why is Mozilla claiming that their models are open when they know that they aren't? It isn't as if Mozilla doesn't know that open data exists. They actually host a repository of it. It isn't just that Mozilla is lying to us about the provenance of the data used in the translation engine. They are using the lie to sideline community members concerned about Mozilla co-signing the theft of the commons. Mozilla says that there is uncertainty about whether the translation engine is AI, as if people are having a discussion about semantics. They seem to imagine that people don't like AI because of what it's called, not because of how it works. In their post, Mozilla specifically says that the translation engine is trained on open data.
The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
They then use this lie to convince people that Mozilla is somehow doing good AI, like they're promoting elsewhere. This isn't the bad, pirated AI. This is good, homegrown AI. Mozilla is saying, hey, if you hate AI so much that even pure and good and optional AI isn't good enough for you, we'll let you disable it. We don't really understand why you'd want to do that, since it's clearly so good, but we'll let you opt out anyway. The implication here is that the AI kill switch exists to protect the sensibilities of whiny Luddites, rather than to distract from Mozilla's own failings. when people later pointed out that Mozilla's translation models don't qualify as open data, Mozilla apologized, but said that they don't think it impacts the results. Right.